Hey y'all, what's going on YouTube channel? Stars down again, y'all. Go hard, go home channel. Um, took a break for a minute, but was sitting around today and I was watching some YouTube. So came across Mr. LoCUCKio here. I've done a review on him a couple of times before. Uh, he says some things in his video. He kind of explains some of the way that he thinks of how the game works and stuff like that. So we're gonna get into listening to that. Before we do that, can y'all please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me? I don't do the cash apps, none of that, send me money, all that other good stuff. Just subscribers, and that's what's gonna keep me going in here. So yeah. Anyway, I did a review on this guy a couple of times before, and people don't really like the reviews that I do. Well, some people do, and a lot of people do. Some people don't. And most of the people that I guess listen to him don't. Uh, this guy's got a very funny way of looking at things, and he's also got a kind of relationship thing that's going on with that. If it was me, I just wouldn't take advantage from somebody that's like that. You know, I don't say that what he's talking about can't work. As we go through this, some of the stuff that can work, I'm gonna tell you what I think about that, and what I don't think gonna work, I'm gonna tell you what I think about that. But I just know first and foremost, I'm not taking any type of relationship advice from a man whose wife has a boyfriend or any other type of thing. So, and they're going to talk about that in here. We're going to listen to him talk for about 20 minutes, and he's going to explain some things. And but just it's some new age shit because some guys have sitting there and written to me and said, "Hey, well, it helped my life, but I don't see it. Can some of it work? Yes." I'm not gonna say it won't work, but it's gonna work on the people it's gonna work on. I don't want them. So we're gonna get into this and listen to what he's got to say. He's gonna spit out a little bit of game, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, if you listen to this guy, you might as well listen to Will Smith because they both kind of on the same level. Here we go.
Hymen replacement surgery, as adorable as that is, you hit the nail on the head. You said I'm not one or the other. There's a balance. I think that's important to point out. Yes.
Yeah.
I do my best.
I mean, none of these women are saying, I want to move to Saudi Arabia. Like, that's the lifestyle I want. The migration of women from here to Saudi Arabia is very minimal.
Okay, so let me ask you the question, because you talked about your issue with the red pill community. When you're here for that, you actually had high praise for a lot of it. How realistic is it for men to actually expect that from a woman, to just stay home, cook, clean, raise the kids? I'm going to make all the money. I'm going to be out there. You just stay in the kitchen. Is that even realistic these days? And if it is, how realistic is it?
Well, didn't we just mention that only 10% of men make above $100,000 a year?
Correct.
The cost of living is literally raising every single day. Why are eggs $6 for fucking 12 of them? It's not realistic anymore for the man to be the sole breadwinner and be able to provide. Like the average man, if you're making $40K a year, it's going to be very hard to raise like a big family like that traditional man might want on that low income.
So basically you're saying, hey buddy, you want a traditional woman? Go make more money.
Be a traditional man.
But it's not even about that though. You see, if I'm your man, right? Whatever I'm telling you to do, whatever instructions I'm giving you, you should do that. So if I'm making 40K and I say, listen, we need to make 80K, I'm gonna need you to go get this job, work from this time to this time. So you're still listening to me, and that would be like a traditional woman. You're listening to your man. You're basically following his lead. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't think this guy heard what like a lot of women are saying these days. Like if they got to keep working that hard, they'd rather be by themselves. Now, if I had to tell you to go and get that job, I'm gonna have a problem with that. You should already had this kind of shit before we even got together. It would just be me, but I ain't never had to instruct nobody to go get a job, and if I did, they was gone. So, but I don't think this thing about I'm gonna give you some instructions. See, that's not gonna sound good to any person. But here we go.
Depends on who the man is.
Right. So either way, it's the same concept.
But wouldn't you say if you put your woman in that position and then she gets to a point maybe she starts to make more than you, now you pushed her into being more of a modern woman because of your set of instructions?
No.
And that's normally what happens with these guys. I've seen that happen a bunch of times. Okay, they push her to go get this job, and then she start making more money, or she whatever. Her mind changes, and a lot of that junk that they be talking be going out the window. But let's go ahead and see what else about.
Oh no, because you know why? Because it's not about the money; it's about the man. So she's listening to me because she finds value in me and she sees me as that guy. So I could be making $1 a year. It doesn't matter. She could be making $1 million a year. If my woman's making $1 million a year and I'm making $1 a year, I have $1,001,001. Do you see what I'm saying? And then all I'm doing is I'm creating the structure of my relationship. And so she's following me because I'm the man. So the money is inconsequential. The only reason money becomes an issue, and I always tell guys this, it becomes an issue because she never saw you as a man in the first place, and she was basically seeing you as the money. So now that let's say a guy lost his job or something, he was making good money, 6 figures, whatever. He loses his job. She doesn't respect him anymore. You see this happen a lot. Or she wants to divorce him, or she's doing whatever it is because she never respected him in the first place.
Okay, this happens to some people. It does. In most cases, because your ass ain't gonna do nothing to come back from what happened to you. Now, I've seen it be that way, but in most cases, they don't just leave you right off the bat. That don't really happen like that. I've been through ups and downs with girls, and they were staying. You know what I'm saying? So. And I chose to leave in most of those situations, or I got sent somewhere else, PCS or some shit like that. So she just dude got a real pessimistic view of everything, which that's really he'll give you some good information, but his view is so pessimistic of the world that I don't see how I could get you towards anything better than what you know what I'm saying you want. You might want something better, but you're going to keep getting this.
He was only with him because of what he can do for her and provide him and for that situation. But she didn't like the man behind the money. She has to like the man behind the money. So it doesn't matter how much money she's making. She likes the man behind the money, and that's what it is.
So I'm going to give you yes, I agree, and then a disagree. So if you don't mind. Totally understand. The woman has to respect the man. Like, she has to be attracted to him. He's got to be a leader. All that and then some.
Right.
But I also think it's fair to say, based on the principle of hypergamy, and I know that you're being sort of outlandish with the $1 million versus $1, but I don't think these days a chick is going to be with some dude that ain't bringing home the bacon. I just don't.
But that's the thing. The reason why she won't be with him, like I said, hypergamy only matters when you're the regular burger, like I was saying earlier. Because if your woman is with you, but mainly she's with you just for money, then
Okay, see, he keeps saying mainly with you for money. And that's not what's happening. He's got a misunderstanding about that. This dude's one of them ghetto pimps. Okay, you can't explain this part to them. A woman might not be there for money, but she is also looking at, can you take care of the family? Okay, like I said before, just minutes ago, something bad happens, you don't bounce back. It's been 3 years and you lost your job 3 years ago and you still haven't got another one and you ain't even try to get one to try to help make it. No, people ain't gonna do that. I'm not doing it if the girl does that. So it's like he's explaining like the this right here, it'll work in the ghetto. If you get you a project chick, this will work on her. It won't matter how much money she got more than you. She'll listen to you and you could do it. I'm telling you, but see, once you get and I keep telling these guys and they keep writing me, it works. Yeah, I know it works. But you're going to find out sooner or later that you're only going to get a certain level of woman. Women outside of those levels don't tend to do that. And if they do, they are in generally probably silly people. I mean, I know a girl she's a CEO, she got her own company. Married a dude, didn't have a damn dime in his pocket. And they wound up getting a doggone divorce. She was out later, I was insane, and she was, but hey.
If I meet another guy who has more money than you, then I'm going to leave you for the guy who has more money than you. But if she's with you because she loves you, the man who you are, she can't find a better you. She can't find another you. You're the only one of your kind. So therefore, if she respects you, it doesn't matter how much money you're making or she's making. Everything is going to be how it needs to be because you already implanted that situation in her.
This is the importance of it. Not everything is black and white. There's a gray area. But I think I hear you and I understand that. And I think there's a lot of men out there that are like, yeah, I agree, LoCUCKio for sure. But I also think that you're kind of discounting lifestyle. If a dude is not able to provide the lifestyle that woman wants, she's going to be like, all right, you're great. You're awesome. You're bringing it in all ways plus Sunday. But I'm paying your bills. I'm paying the rent. I'm the one paying for flights.
I agree.
I'm going to go find some dude that is just as dope as you, but he's going to pay for my lifestyle.
But see, that's
I don't know if this, I think you're kind of.
Now this is where LoCUCKio's got him at. Okay. That's not necessarily true. Okay. Like I just said, if you deal in the right classes of women, you can keep that from happening. Okay. Because it ain't about that. It's about class levels of women. That's another video I'm gonna be getting into here. I've been working on a lot of different stuff for y'all, so it's coming out. But that's one of the other issues that's being like, it's the element that's in the room, but it's not being discussed. Okay, what level of woman is this? Okay. Because he's talking about, this guy's talking about women at a certain level, and LoCUCKio's talking about women at a lower level. Okay. You have to, for this type of influence to be on you, you have to be a weak-minded person. You have to be. There's a lot of influence he's talking about. He's going to talk about it a little bit more here.
Discounting the financial aspect.
I don't know. I dated somebody and I made more money than them, but he provided a lot of the other things. I didn't give a fuck. Let's buy flights. Let's go to LA. Let's do this. Want a PS5?
How long did you date him for?
But then I felt like he was a year.
Okay. And why'd you break up with him?
Because towards the end of the relationship, he stopped being able to provide that emotional security.
But see,
he got insecure because you were making more money.
Once he stopped being able to provide the emotional security, then I'm like, why the fuck am I paying for this man's flights? Somebody else would be paying for my flights. And I started thinking about
See, this is the issue, though.
She's looking for the BBD.
Right.
I'm not talking about what you got going on. I'm the bigger, better deal.
Notice what you said. You said paying for her lifestyle.
Yeah.
See, that's the issue. See, if a man gets with a woman, it's not about her lifestyle. This is why a man has to put a woman into his lifestyle. She has to become part of his program. And that's the problem with a lot of men. They're going along with the woman's program, which is why she doesn't respect him in the first place, which is why she's going to jump from him to another guy because she never respected him.
Okay, I don't think you heard that woman when she was talking. She said none of that shit happened. But the other guys in the room who are, you know what I'm saying, a little bit better, you know what I'm saying, understand the, like, higher levels of this game stuff, they understood this. See, every guy that I've seen live like that, because I've seen some living like that, they still don't have a certain level of confidence because they got to depend on the woman for the money, for everything. And that just don't feel good to a man. So and eventually she's going to, just like this woman did, she picked up on that emotion and she acted accordingly. Hey, the situation just got laid out right in front of him. But he going to double down and fire more shots. He feels like he's under attack.
Because he never had a program. So when her lifestyle is supposed to be his lifestyle, meaning that she's supposed to be following him. So if I like to skydive, the woman I'm with should love to skydive. Not because I like it, but because she likes it and she found the man she wants to follow in that direction to continue to do that. The problem is men get with women where the woman is using him for her benefit and not to benefit the situation.
Let me say one thing, and then I know you had a point to make regarding the money, but let me say one thing. You know how they say that your network is your net worth? All right, who do you surround yourself with? Your network is your net worth. Make sure you're around the right people, all that. So here's where I'm going. At one point in a previous relationship, I was rolling with some, let's just say some big dogs, right? All the dudes had money, mansions, they're doing their thing. I mean, I'm good. I was the poorest guy by far in this crew, okay? I knew I was the poorest guy in this crew when everyone jumped in the pool with all their jewelry on and I took my watch off. I was like, yeah, I don't want to risk it. That's how you kind of know, you know what I'm saying? You guys know whatever I'm talking about. But point is, it's almost like being would you rather be the nicest house in the worst neighborhood or the worst house in the nice neighborhood? I was the worst house in the nicest neighborhood.
Right.
I'm rolling with dudes. And here's what I'm thinking. Girls are very impressionable, okay? Now, if my girl is sitting here, let's say Brody's my girl right here, and she's hanging out with this girl and this girl and this girl, and girls do, oh, where'd you get that ring? Where'd you get that bag? Oh my God, I went to Mykonos this summer, St. Bart's. Oh, where'd your man take you? Blah, 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 blah. They're doing that thing. And they start saying, hold on, what? What does your man do? Oh, no, he's not. What? You're paying for everything? Now these girls are going to be like, no, you can't. Girl, you need it. Blah, 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 blah. Boom, you're done.
Right.
You're fucking done.
Right.
And next thing you know, she's like, honey, this just isn't working. I've seen it before. So that's why I'm saying, like, I agree with you. There's so much of what I'm saying. The man has to be the fucking man, whether he's making fucking 40 grand a year or $4 million a year. Shout out to Kiana and what she's looking for. But the money does play a bigger role.
But that's because that guy doesn't have influence over his woman. It's that simple.
No, it's
Or maybe
biology.
she just has standards.
No, I'm telling he doesn't have influence over her, meaning that, okay, check this out. Understand, even just in, like psychologically, how people just think about the way they think about things and the way they go about things.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The reason why you usually do what you do is because you've been conditioned to think a certain way and to be a certain way, right? So what happens is that if you're not teaching your woman anything or teaching her how to be with you or enlightening her, upgrading her mind, then what happens is that she has no attachment to you. So most guys don't have an attachment to, most guys don't have women who are attached to them, meaning that the woman doesn't have a deep, connection to the dude. It's very surface level. So money is always surface level. And so what happens is of course, if you're a surface level dude, then yeah, definitely what you're saying is going to happen, meaning that if she finds someone who has more than you, she's going to be gone. That makes perfect sense. But the problem is that if you're a guy who doesn't know how to influence his woman, then she's going to be gone. Check this out. For example, I'm non-monogamous. My wife and girlfriend can see other men.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's a bit much for me, but I couldn't do that. But he can. But but this is one of the reasons why I'd be like, okay, well, if you can decipher from because he says a lot of stuff that's good, but then he takes these turns in the left field, and he's about to take one now.
Right? I've been with my wife for 15 years. My wife's been with guys who are taller than me. I don't know about better looking. I think I'm the flyest dude ever. But let's say she's been with guys better looking than me, more fit than me, have more money than me, right? And these guys, they would try. You know what I'm saying? They could try to get at her and everything like that, and she's still here with me. But the reason why she's with me is because I've influenced her. Like if you were to talk to my wife or even my girlfriend, some of the stuff they say would sound like you're talking to me. And that's because I have influence over them. The problem is most guys don't have influence over their woman, so it's easy for the girl to stray. This is why I used to sleep with, women who were wives and girlfriends, meaning that these women actually had boyfriends and husbands. And the reason why it was so easy for me to sleep with them, and this is when I was super broke, I was sleeping with women who had husbands who had millions of dollars, who made six figures. And the reason why I was able to do that was because those guys had no influence over their woman. So it was really easy for me to take their girl. I had women, check this out. I've actually saved marriages because I would have to tell the woman to go back to their man. They were trying to leave their man for me, and I was broke. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so give me an example of what you were doing to command that type of influence, and basically having a woman that's married to some multimillionaire trying to hang out with some broke dude.
Right, and the reason is this: is that one, she was attracted to who I was, who I am. Like I'm completely honest. I don't bullshit. I'm consistent. I let them know exactly what it is. They get a taste of who I am. So what happens is, in comparison to her man, she's like, okay, this guy is totally different than any guy I've ever met. My guy is cookie cutter. He's like any other guy. He's making six figures, but all of these other guys make six figures too. So there's nothing different about him. It's different about my man, but there's something different about LoCUCKio. That small little thing is what drew her into me. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that it was easy for me to take his girl because he didn't have any influence. Now, I did run into women who their men actually had more influence over their girl, and those were the hardest girls to get. Some of them I couldn't.
Now, I don't think that he ran into women whose men had more influence over them. I think he ran into women who had more self, responsibility. I guess you know what I'm saying. They had more control over themselves. Okay, well they might be doing A, B, and C, but they're not gonna do this because it's gonna cause them this problem. It's gonna cause me this dude can't do this and A, B, and C. I mean, because I've seen that situation. I've been in that situation, and it's been a girl that was she was dating me too, and she was talking to she said her boyfriend because I was the type of guy that I wasn't gonna take on no girl and all this other good stuff, but he was doing that, and she was trying to talk me into that. She was like, I just I like you, I'd rather be with you, but I want you to take care of me the way he do, and I'm like, no. So I mean, I understand why that could be happening, you know what I'm saying, but she didn't lead a dude, not like that. So, and in most other situations I've seen, it's been like that too. Unless the person was they didn't care about themselves, and then they was thinking about their pockets and stuff too. And so a lot of the stuff is playing into that. I don't know if he's thinking about it that way, but the way he's talking about it right now, it works. But that person got to be extremely weak-minded.
I couldn't do it because they were so about their man, and I respected it. Because I was like, that guy has influence over his girl. So that's all I'm saying. Influence is very important, but in order to influence a woman, you have to first be able to influence yourself as a man, because that's the only way she's going to believe you, because you believe you. You see what I'm saying?
All I'm hearing in my head right
Absolutely.
now is Mr. Still Your Girl? Is Mr. Still Your
Kyrio, can I
Girl?
ask you a question?
Yeah, and then I want to turn it to Mark. Go ahead.
Just real quick, do you want kids and do you have kids?
Oh, no, I don't want any kids. I don't have any kids. Yeah.
Because I think it's important to clarify that the lifestyle that you're describing, it works for you. I think it's probably a lot of fun. It will not work for a family.
Oh, no, it does actually.
I don't believe
I'll
that
tell you.
for
I'll
one
tell you.
second.
I'll tell you.
I do
No, it
not
does.
believe
It's
that for one
actually,
second.
no, I'll tell you right. There's actually a couple.
Before you answer that, how old are you?
41.
You're 41.
Yeah. So there's actually a
Right,
couple.
correct.
There's a couple you could Google them. It's called Juju Mama, and this couple, they're in an open marriage.
And you think
They
their
have-
kids are okay?
They have 3 kids. Yes.
You
They
think their
have
kids
3
are well-rounded
Yes,
individuals?
they're well-rounded.
No,
awesome. They're awesome. You can
If they
Google them.
are,
You can Google
it's
them.
an exception to the rule.
Is that
All right,
it?
Mark.
Thank you.
So he doesn't want a family. Great question. Give me what you agree with and what you disagree with what LoCUCKio just said. Is there anything you agree with?
Yeah, there's definitely pieces. I think when he says influence, he's talking about having a sort of a building blocks. He's talking about being more than just money. So he's talking about let's build something together. There's lots of studies around marriage that show that the influence should go in both directions. If it's just her influencing him, all too often she'll end up without having a voice, and she'll end up basically just living his life, and somewhat like your mum ended up. That's how women can end in those situations where they don't have a voice, they're not able to put themselves out there. I mean, I would disagree that the women who were cheating on their husbands with you were doing it because like they just thought you were amazing and so different. I'm sure you are all those things. But at the end of the day, though, those women weren't getting their needs met in their relationship, and they didn't know how to communicate that, or they had given up on communicating that. Their relationship was dead, and they found something that an outsider could give them that they could no longer get in their relationship. So the cheating is the end of a long story of relationship problems because either her or her husband didn't have the skills to communicate that stuff.
I have a concern that like the average Joe who's watching you talk is really inspired by your lifestyle because it sounds great. You're sleeping with any woman that you want and you have a harem of women, you have a girlfriend and a wife, but it's not realistic in my opinion for the average guy. I'm all about individual freedom. If that's the lifestyle that you want, that's great, but I think it's slightly cultish, and I also think it doesn't provide a woman everything that she needs, which is a partner who's loyal, who prioritizes the family and the children.
And this is the thing. I agree with you. It's not going to work for the average guy.
Yeah.
So what's going to work for the average guy is they're going to be in a relationship where the woman is going to leave him because he has no influence. This is what I'm saying. Like, what I'm talking about is a man has to be at his highest.
What do you mean by influence? Can you define that a little bit more?
So what I mean is this, is that he teaches his woman something that she doesn't know.
You're supposed to teach a child.
No, you can teach. I can teach you something right now. You can teach me something right now.
Okay,
But what
if
I'm
it's
saying is like,
back and forth.
right, you can teach people
Okay.
something. But what I'm saying is, if he's a leader, he has to teach her how to be with him, how to follow his lead.
Would you like to be influenced by a woman?
No, I don't need to be influenced by a woman. Because
So-
I'm leading. That's what I'm trying to say. The man leads. That's what
A
I'm
woman
saying.
should influence her man to have some calm in his life. Like, I think a woman's influence on a man is to bring him some quiet and some solace from all the hard work.
No,
that
but
he
this is
does.
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that since the man is the leader, since he's leading, right, he has to influence the woman so that she can follow him, so that things can flow smoothly. Just like, for example, if you're in a company, right, the
Can't
CEO,
have two CEOs.
exactly, the CEO
Yeah, but you have
has
the CEO
to
and the
influence.
CFO. Each person has
Right.
their own. Each person has their own strengths. What I think when you say influence a woman is not supposed to be a masculine figure, and you are a masculine person. So what you're influencing me isn't what I provide to you. I would not want you to
No, but I'm not
teach me.
influencing you to be masculine. I'm
Why can't it be
influencing you.
both, right?
I'm influencing you to
get
follow
better.
my lead. You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is that in order for a man to have a successful relationship with a woman,
successful wife.
right, he has to have a woman who follows his lead. The problem is that you have a lot of men who are following women's lead, because we're talking about, well, what does the woman want in her lifestyle, and she's going to leave you if this other guy has more money in hypergamy.
Yeah.
All of that is coming from the fact that the woman is not really following that man. As soon as when she's not following that man, she's susceptible to be influenced by somebody else. So the woman's going to be influenced regardless.
Or maybe just I agree with what you're saying, and I
Right.
promise I'll finish in just a second. It sounds to me like what you're saying is like you want your woman to love you because she is influenced by you and not because she's loyal. And the reason I'm saying is like if my husband said to me, "I want a girlfriend," I would say, "That's funny. Like there's no way."
And you know why you would say that?
But
You know-
if my husband said I want to move closer to my parents, or I want to put the kids in a certain school, and I wanted this, then yeah, sure, like let's talk about it. I like the way you think. I want to do what
Here,
you want to do.
how about this? Just to kind of put this, what percentage of men can do the lifestyle you do?
I would say
Percentage of men.
if they apply themselves, probably 10%. And what I'm
No,
saying
no. What? I'm sorry. What percentage of men are currently doing it?
are currently doing it.
Meaning, wife and a girlfriend,
A lot.
and just like,
I get
but it's a
10%.
known thing. It's a known thing.
Yeah, 10%. Yeah.
You
I think a
that's
lot,
high?
Yes,
a lot of
see,
women want choices, and when you give them the choice and you say, "This is what I want. This is how it's gonna be," if you have, like you said, influence over them, they're gonna listen. I have a guy friend, and he just like fucks around, and girls love him. He has like a bunch of different little girlfriends.
And-
why?
and you know
Because
why?
he's
I'ma tell you.
upfront, and he gave them
I'm gonna
what
tell
he
you
would not
exactly
make a good
why. I'm gonna tell you
father.
exactly why. Check this out.
None of
check
them
this
want
out.
to stay
He
with
wouldn't
him.
make a good father.
check this
None of
out.
them are gonna stay.
None of them want to stay with him though. They
That's
fuck
what-
around, they have fun, they give him some attention, but they get
Right,
some
but I'll tell you
attention.
why- I'll
They're
tell
not
you what
going
they-
to
That's
choose
the
him
difference
as a
between
trustworthy
renting a
partner.
house and buying a
But I'll
house.
tell you what'll make
They'll
them
rent,
stay.
they'll live there for a little while. They ain't gonna live in that house.
No
But
way.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make
Yeah.
them stay. Check this out. The reason why my wife and girlfriend are with me and they're cool with me being with other women and all this other stuff, right? It's a thing of value. So if I give you $3, right, and I say you got to split this between you and 3 people equally, or you and 2 people equally, you're gonna be like, man, that only mean I'm gonna get $1. So I don't want to split this $3 because I'm only gonna get $1. But if I give you 300 million and I say, listen, you got to split this equally between 3 people, you're like, well, at least I got 100 million. So I don't have a problem sharing. The reason why you wouldn't share your man is because you don't see that much value in him. You
I
understand what I'm
completely
saying?
disagree.
No, I'm dead
That's-
serious. This is what
that's-
happens.
No
So-
modern woman in our society is going to go, yeah, that's my life goal.
Look, nobody shares anything that they see value in. That's the way I'm looking at it. Nobody shares anything that they see value in. Okay. So I don't understand. I mean, like the guy goes on to talk more about this stuff, but I mean, I'm gonna cut it off right there. The name of the video is Alpha Males versus Modern Feminists. It's on the Value Entertainment channel. And they was talking about that. But as far as the Mr. LoCUCKio guy, the guy is a cuck. He's just like Will Smith. I wouldn't take dating advice from the guy. not totally. I mean, like man stuff and just talking about things. I mean, a lot of that stuff that he was talking about, it's like, yeah, but this shit only works in this area. This shit only works here. And I don't think they're bringing that up. He's not bringing that up. But as far as his channel, he really doesn't push his lifestyle. So, I mean, he's helped some people. They've written me and told me about that. So they're probably gonna tell me about all this video. But I just think the dude crazy, and I don't think that Cucks should teach game. I wouldn't be learning it from one, not at all. But that's just been my review of that for today. Been Tars down to y'all. Go hard, go home, y'all hit subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about this video. I'm out of here. Peace.